Welcome to the Darcy Wickham Guitar Method. In this segment, I'd like to talk about the right hand position. I've just noticed in a lot of videos that I've seen that rarely do they discuss how the right hand should be set up. And that can make an enormous difference to the sound you get when you're playing guitar. It's important. It's really important. The first thing I'd like to talk about is the positioning of the right hand, or the assignment of the fingers. So we're going to call this P, and that's from classical method. This is I for your index finger. This is M for the middle finger. This is A for the ring finger. So P, I, M, A. And I've shown you here on the board here, P for thumb, I for index, M for middle, A for ring. And so we'll always refer to them that way. Okay, so you make a fist. You plant the fist down on the guitar. You put the thumb on top of the fourth string. You put your index finger, the I finger, underneath the third string. You put the M finger underneath the second string, and you put the ring finger, the A finger, underneath the first string, and I put the pinky on the guitar. Some people prefer to float the pinky. There are advantages and disadvantages to each of these approaches. The anchored hand position is popularized by people like Bruce Cockburn. The floating hand is popularized by people like Leo Kottke, Michael Hedges. The problem with the pinky down is that it tends to intimidate the ring finger a little bit, the A finger. But the anchored hand approach provides you with an awful lot of stability in the hand. It keeps it in one spot. So I'm going to let you decide which way you want to do it. I like the the anchored position some of the time, and some of the time I like the floating hand. The advantages of good hand position are that you have really good accuracy. Your fingers are hovering over the strings, and you'll notice that my right hand is curled all the time. There's less fatigue in the hand because you're arriving at the strings in a natural kind of way. There's fewer collisions between the thumb and the fingers. The loss of power happens when the thumb is colliding in the fingers, and the thumb really needs to stay in front of the fingers and the fingers behind it. And you get much better tone. One last comment about that right hand position. Let's think of it this way. My wrist is like a valley, my knuckles are like mountains, and my middle knuckle is the highest peak. I like to say valley, mountains, highest peak. Now I'm in position. And there's one other really interesting thing about this positioning of the hand, and that is that the knuckles will provide a response. When I play the note here, like that, and tuck it right into the ball of my thumb, it'll spring right back. So I only need to move my hand in one direction. So if it's in good position, it springs right back. My tip joint on my thumb, my tip joint on my fingers really doesn't move very much. All of the motion is coming from the middle joint and from the knuckles, and they spring right back. So I only have to move my hand in one direction. The other thing about the thumb that you want to remember is that I really play from what's called the shelf of the thumb, which is right this area here. I play just above the string and I push down and through it, like that, with just a little bit of that nail on the thumb hitting. I have acrylic nails on my fingers, which helps me a lot. My nails happen to be quite weak. I'm not going to really try to deal with that right away. I just want to talk about how to get a good sound. So the thumb is coming down and through the string, and the fingers I'm playing on an angle to the string like that. Because if I play straight on, I get a very harsh tone. When I turn my hand a little bit, I get a much warmer sound. All these things are manufactured by a good hand position. So, there's a lot to talk about in fingerstyle guitar. One of the things I tell my students is progress, not perfection. Just ask yourself to be a little bit better than you were yesterday or last week. You don't have to be perfect. If you're trying to be perfect, you're always feeling bad about your guitar playing because you're looking at everything that's wrong. If you're asking yourself to feel a little bit better than you were yesterday, you can see progress, then that's how you should look at things. I invite you to go to my website, which is www.darcywickham.com for more information about my guitar lessons, or send me a note on Facebook. Be happy to hear from you.